look at this for a treat then. Just arrived at the lake. I'm the only one on here, so I'm the first to arrive. It's the glorious June the 16th, and we're going to try and catch a few tench today. I've got all day, and I'll probably spend it in this swim because it's everybody's favourite. The reason being, you've got a nice set of pads there up against that island, and it's the only swim that's got pads up against the island. Lots of others have got pads in the margins, but this is the only one that's got pads out on the island, so that's where I'm going to put a couple of baits within the next 60 seconds. It's 5:30, just arrived. There's all the gear, haven't even unloaded it yet, and we're hoping for a good day on the tench. Right, so here goes the first cast of the morning. My standard flatbed feeder, ground bait with small 2mm pellets moulded in, short braided hook link, small size 10 or 12 barbless hook there with a little wafter pellet on the end. So let's give it a go. And this is the second rod just going out, same flatbed feeder, but on this one I've got a little trimmed down prop up, popped up about 1.5 inches, a couple of inches off the bottom. You'll notice that the first rod isn't out. Literally, I cast it out, switched the GoPro off, picked up the second rod to bait it up, and the first rod was smack, it was away. I was into a tench and it came off straight away, so although I lost it, that's a good sign, you know, a bite straight away, so could be a good day. Right, here goes the second rod. Right, and here goes the first rod again. Right, managed to get the two rods out. Had a bleep straight away on the second rod, you know. I mean, that's a good sign. And I've seen some bubbles coming up out there too. So I'm just going to catapult out some loose feed, small 4mm pellets, and see how the morning goes. One or two geese in the swim. God, look at them. Ooh. How about that? A crucian first cast or second cast. That was the first rod I cast out and missed the tench. I think it was the tench, you know, could have been a crucian now. But anyway, second cast out with the rod, and I got a lovely crucian. Well, what a great start to my day. Came up here today to Marsh Farm, hoping for a few tench. Lost one first cast, but second cast I bagged this lovely £2+ crucian carp. I thought my days of catching crucian carp were over, but this is a beautiful buttery gold example. There's another crucian. Second crucian of the day. Brilliant. And there's the bait. Look, I just changed over to a single fake caster on a tiny size 16 hook and £3 line. So fishing light could be the way to go. And check him out. My second £2 crucian of the day. Just on £2 this one. So I'm going to keep fishing light on one rod, £3 hook link and size 16 hook with the fake caster, hoping for the crucians because they're obviously around today, and fish the other one on a size 12 hook with a wafter, hoping for the tench. Easily the best tench of the day. Not a monster, but best one of the day so far. And that was on the fake caster again, so looks like I've hit on a good method here. I'm getting lots of twitches too. I lost one in the pads earlier. He just took off and dived into the pads and the hook pulled out. But I'm getting quite a few twitches, so the fish are quite active. Got him. Best one of the day so far. After losing one close at the net, within 5 minutes the other rod went off and I landed this one. Another beautiful crucian. Not very big, but absolutely perfect. How beautiful is that? Fin and scale perfect. What a lovely little fish this is. Another tench. I think that's my 9th fish today. I've lost 3 or 4 as well. So it's going pretty well. I went for a little bit of a lull earlier when I wasn't getting any bites, but suddenly they're back on the feed again, and I've just had another crucian, my fourth crucian of the day, a small one. I've had a couple of 2s, a 1.5 and a small one just now. Tench up to £4 so far, and this is the 9th. So what I was hoping for today, 2 targets I had. One was to catch more than 10 fish today, so I'm only 1 away, and the other one is to catch a £5 plus tench, which I've got nowhere near yet. £4's been the best. another crucian. Well, there's been a bit of a lull in activity since this hot sun's climbed higher in the sky. Sweating like crazy here. In fact, I've put my chair underneath a tree just to the side there, just to try and keep out the heat. I haven't had a bite for a couple of hours now. That's the first bite, and it's another crucian, 5th one of the day. That's another 2-pounder, and you can see the bait this time. That's the first one I've caught on the little fluorescent wafter there. What a great day I'm having. So I've not had anything for a couple of hours. I've decided to drop one of the rods short, you know, only halfway out. I'd seen 1 or 2 bubbles earlier this morning, but I hadn't fished it. Dropped a bait short. That beauty, 2-pound plus crucian, sort of within 5 or 10 minutes. Just netted it, just about getting ready to photograph it, and the rod went off again, same rod that I just flicked back out. And this time, biggest tench of the day. I should think this is probably a 5-pounder. On the same bait, dropped in the same spot within minutes. 5-pound plus tench and a 2-pound plus crucian. Not bad for 10 minutes work, eh? Can't stop catching today. That was literally as soon as I cast it out. You can see, look, the ground bait hadn't even enough time to dissolve. And there you go, look. Fake casters. That's doing the damage today. Another nice tench. There you go, this has been the average sort of size today. Probably around about 3 pounds. 3.5 pounds, something like that, but all good fun. I think I'm on about a dozen fish so far, maybe a bit more. Carries on like this, I'll be getting a nice bag of fish by the end of the day. That's about 1 o'clock now, and up to about a dozen early teens fish. Blazing hot afternoon sunshine. Cast it to a different spot, right tight up against the island, and I got a take within 5 minutes. You know, it always pays to sort of like move the bait around or try something different, doesn't it? And got this lovely one. Did get me in the pads out on the island, but eventually got him out. Nice clean fish. Female. Pushing 5 pounds this one again. Nice fish. Right, I've got to get up the tackle shop now because I've run out of bait. So I'm going to wind in, go out there, get some bait, get a bit of food, and we'll be back for the late afternoon to evening spell. Well, it's 20 to 7 now, so it's been
3 hours exactly since I had my last fish. So it's been the longest inactive period of the whole day, really. You know, I had a few other little spells that were an hour and a half and 2 hours, but 3 hours is the longest I've been without a fish. And as I say, it's 20 to 7, quarter to 7. This is the time when I thought I'd be getting bites. You know, the sun's sinking below the trees now. The midday afternoon heat has died off. There's been a bit of a strong wind pushing up this end of the lake. So I would have thought I would have had a few bites by now. And I have actually started getting a few like little twitches. What's happening is as soon as you put a fresh load of ground bait around the feeder and sling it out there, you get a few little twitches within the first 5 minutes, and then that's it. But I'm hopeful of getting 1 or 2 more before I pack up. You know, I mean, I'm going to give it probably 8:30, you know, so I haven't got that long really. Absolute latest 9 o'clock, so that's another 2 hours. So I've got an hour and a half to 2 hours to try and get another tench or 2. Got to have waited about 4.5 hours for this. I didn't think it was going to happen, but finally hooked into another tench. Whew. That took some catching, that one. I mean, I dropped that one short. Only halfway out. Little scatter in the bait just now, and paid off. I think it's about, what is the time? It's 7:45 now, you know. Probably going to be the last one. I'll maybe give it another 3/4 of an hour. Fish to 8:30, and then I'll call it a day. But happy now I've got the one last fish that I wanted. What about that one then? Beautiful coloration on this. Really dark olive colour. And it's another 5-pounder. So, gotta save the best for last. Well, as I suspected, it's all hotting up now the light's fading. I no longer had that last 5-pounder. Chucked the rod back out. I didn't even get to chuck the rod back out actually, I was just baiting it up and suddenly the other rod went off, so I quickly put the rod down, went over to the other one, and it's another 5-pounder. And I've got another run, I think. Oh no, it's dropping back. So it's all happening now. This one's just over 5 pounds. Another lovely condition, fat female tench. I think I might have to stay on for an extra half an hour now. Yes, I did have another fish then. I went back and the rod was pulling around like that because I'm fishing locked up. Just quickly landed that one, only a small little tench, no more than a couple of pounds. So that's 4 hours, 4.5 hours, no fish. And now suddenly in the last quarter of an hour, I've had 3 fish. So, you know, that feeding spell in the evening that I was hoping for certainly has arrived. So yeah, I'm definitely staying on for half an hour.